Hey, everybody, good morning. This is Patrick Lee. It's time for Midweek Motivation Live. Coming to you this morning from one of my favorite studios, my hometown, Bandon, Oregon, on the Oregon coast. And I'm walking across the highway to one of my favorite coffee spots, the Human Bean. Great coffee stand. We stop here multiple times every time I'm in town, out here to take care of some business for family, visit my mom. Beautiful Oregon coast. Man, I'm just gonna pan this around here. Where I'm standing at now, you can actually see the bay downtown. It got a little bit of road noise here, and that's all right. Man, it's been raining all night. The sun is shining this morning. A little overcast in some areas still. Everything is wet, crisp, clean, smells so fresh. Hey, don't get me wrong, I love Texas. The big sky, the dirt, the cows. I love it. But there's something like coming home for a visit and smelling this fresh, wet Oregon weather. It's beautiful this morning. 2 hour time difference from where I'm normally at. It's 8 o'clock here, 10 o'clock for y'all. Good to see people already tuning in, watching the show today. Likes and loves already going up. I appreciate that, everybody. This is Midweek Motivation Live. Today, you might wonder, what are we going to talk about? Today, we're going to talk about accountability. And then everyone says, ooh, a hush fell over the crowd. Want to talk to you about trying to I'm on my phone, and I'm trying to make sure my head stays straight. It's funny how it makes my head kind of lean the way I hold my phone, right? I'm like, do I lean this way? I think I should lean that way, right? I don't know. Anyway, it's funny the way this is doing this mobile. Good to see everyone this morning. Why do I want to talk about accountability? Sort of in the title, I said, are we really crushing it? Are we really on fire? That seems to be one of the popular things that people talk about a lot now. And people say that to me, and I take it as a compliment. And they take a look at my numbers and they call me. And when we're talking on the phone, they say, dude, bro, you're crushing it, man. Keep up the good work. You're absolutely killing it over there at the Patrick Lee Group. And I'm always grateful when someone says something like that to me, right? And you should be too, grateful. Um, but my mind goes back to my own inner battles. And maybe you think this way, maybe you don't. I don't know. But I have this inner turmoil, and to where I question myself and say, am I really crushing it? Are you really crushing it? Am I really killing it over here? When I talk to you, am I really spitting fire? You know what I mean? Am I really spitting fire? I mean, flexing, right? Flexing, the arm emoji, the flame emoji, the fist bump emoji. We love those, right? They're nice. They make us feel good. Bro, it's like the bro code, dude. You're killing it over there. But am I really? Am I really crushing it? If I'm really crushing it, hey, Gary, Sal, Candace, great to see all of y'all on here today. Love to see y'all watching the show every week. I love it. But am I really crushing it? Are we really spreading fire with the things that we say, the things that we share? How do we know that? The question is, what are we measuring ourselves against, right? I hit the crosswalk, heading to the coffee shop. Good morning, everybody in the highway. How you doing? Love it. You can just walk around here, the town, hang out, try not to get hit, enjoy the water. But are we really crushing it? The way to find out is, what are you measuring yourself against, right? I talk to you on the show all the time about setting big goals, right? If you set big goals, put together a plan to go and achieve them, and when you actually hit those goals, is that what you're using to measure yourself against? to tell yourself, man, am I really crushing it? Now, I've been in business for a long time, and I've done projections. How many of y'all can raise your hand, right, and say, hey, I've done projections. I've been a manager. I've had to do projections before. You know what a projection is? A projection is the amount of business that we think that we're going to do in this year, this quarter, this month. How do we set those projections? Track record. What did we do last year, in this quarter, in this month? Did we have lofty goals? Did we hit those goals? Were they high enough to be a challenge goal? And if we hit those goals or blew them out of the water, we might say we crushed it, right? But what if that projection, based on last year's numbers, wasn't that good of a year? What if we based some of our numbers on last year in COVID 2020, when we may have been in a stretch position trying to achieve certain things and didn't? And then this year we ran those numbers against last year and achieved or hit the same numbers. Would we say that we're crushing it? What if 2019 was your best year? 2020 was good because of the market. And then because of the lack of competition in 2021, because some businesses went out of business because COVID took them out. The pandemic took them out. Are you judging your production this year against last year? I'm in real estate, right? That's my shirt. Patrick Lee Group. I do real estate. 2020 was a great year for me. 2021 has been an even better year for me. Started my own team a year and a half ago. Went out on my own. Started hiring agents. And we've done incredibly well. I'll be honest, I'm standing here on a street corner in the parking lot of McKay's Market. And when I was 16, this was my first legal job. I had numerous jobs as a younger teenager because I wanted to be financially independent. I wanted to be able to wear the clothes I wanted to wear. I wanted to get my own car. I wanted to have spending money. I wanted to be able to buy my own lunch instead of going through the lunch line in the cafeteria at high school, right? So I came to work here at McKay's Market. And it changed over the years. They sold out. I'm going to see if I can show you the sign up here. They sold out, and then people got tired of the new company that owned it for a few years, and they bought it back, the McKay family. It's now McKay's Market again. I spent a couple years working here in high school, wrestling, playing football, and when I didn't get enough time on the football field, I quit football and I came to work over here more. You know why? Because I wanted more money. I wanted to be more financially independent and not dependent on mom and dad. But you know what? In my business, even though I've been doing real estate for 8 years, you know what? Maybe 3 years ago, up until 3 years ago, I couldn't afford to come to my hometown. I couldn't afford. This is a hard thing to say. You know what I mean? I could not afford to come home and visit my parents. We put 2 girls through college, raised them in church, taught them to honor God, and did the best we could to pay our bills, but we weren't crushing it. I wasn't spitting fire every time I was trying to do a video and trying to motivate somebody a few years ago. You know, I wasn't crushing it. I wasn't spitting fire, but I was doing what I could. I'd been taught to project for the year, and we would do a business planning clinic at the beginning of the year to find out how many transactions we needed to do, how many appointments we needed to go on, to get the amount of business that we needed to pay the bills. And we would set a stretch goal on that and try to do better. Some of y'all can relate to what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't afford that. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't come home and see my family. I called my parents on the phone. How you doing? Well, we're doing okay. We need this, we need that. Sure would love to see you, son. And I'm like, yeah, I'd sure love to be able to come out there and visit you. Maybe when times are a little better or I have more time, I'll be able to come out there and see you. You know what I mean? And then a year and a half ago, you know, my dad passed away, and I was able to get out here before that. I came out the previous year, and then I came out. Mom said, if you want to come out and see Dad, now's probably the best time, maybe the last time. And something tripped inside of me. A switch flipped, and accountability became much more important to me. And maybe it has to you too. Maybe something's happened in your life that you find yourself now holding yourself more accountable. You're holding yourself to a different standard. It's easier for you to get out of bed in the morning and go out and attack your goals because you made the decision, right? You make the decision, then the decision makes you. We talk about that a lot on the show. You make the decision, but you can be motivated. We talk about that a lot too. Motivation by itself won't get you very far without a plan. You have to set lofty goals. You can't be holding yourself accountable to crappy goals. It's time to raise the bar. If you don't track your numbers, if you don't compare yourself against something higher, you're going to probably continue to achieve the same thing you've always achieved. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. Maybe. Because it's getting harder and harder for you to hit the production that you need to hit. Maybe it's time to raise the bar. What does that mean? Everyone says that. A lot of you that aren't in sports or didn't run track or pole vault or high jump or any of that, long jump, don't even know what raise the bar means. And the bar simply means, in limbo, you go the other way, right? You're always lowering the bar. But in pole vaulting and high jumping, whoever jumps the highest wins. And if everyone can jump over the bar, it's time to raise the bar. If everyone's hitting good numbers, isn't it time to change what we're projecting against? Isn't it time to make that goal so much higher that it's, lofty means high and lofty. Isn't it time to make those goals so high that it's a chore, it's work to get out there and achieve those goals? I mean, it is for me, isn't it for you? Does this make sense to y'all? Maybe we've been kind of cruising, going, hey man, I'm still paying the bills. I made what I made last year. I'm doing all right. You know what? 2021 has been incredible for me. Now, since my dad passed, of course, I made the decision to make the decision, right? Then the decision made me. My team grew, my production grew. I've been out to Oregon. I made trips out here 4 times this year. And this may not be the last one this year. You know what I mean? And have to do things for my mom. We've done work on her house. We remodeled, put in a new bathroom, fixing to do some more work on the home and the property. Had to do a lot of things, and those take money. And there are not a lot of people sharing the expense. You know what I mean? My brother and I are doing it all. And we've all had to learn to be more accountable. We've had to raise the bar. So that's my question today. If you're not accountable to someone, how do you know if you're crushing it or not? Accountability is necessary. If you're not accountable to anybody, then it doesn't matter what you do. You can get up in the morning, do nothing, right? You can do nothing, and no one's going to care. You can produce nothing, or you can produce the same thing you produced last year, and no one's going to care but you. When you're accountable to somebody and you actually share the numbers you want to achieve, you share the goals you want to hit, someone's calling you going, hey, did you make your calls today? Well, I made some of them. Oh, you made some of them? How many appointments did you get? Well, I didn't get an appointment today, but I'll get one tomorrow. Oh, really? How many goals did you project yourself to do this quarter? I just had a 4th quarter mastermind with some agents, my team, and a few other agents I invited last week. You know why? Because there are 3 months left in this year, and I need to crush it. I need to be accountable to someone who's going to say, hey, listen, you set a lofty goal. What are you doing to achieve it? How many calls are you making every day? How many appointments are you going on every day? Who are you accountable to? Now, if your accountability partner is someone that's not going to give you a phone call and ask you those tough questions, is that the right person? Heck no, it's not. If they're not going to challenge you, if they're not going to get up and make you kick your butt to make the calls and go do the business, are they really holding you accountable? No, man, they're just patting you on the back. They're the same ones telling you, hey, dude, sending you a text going, look at you over there killing it, man. You closed a deal. I don't need to close a deal this week. I need to close 5 deals this week. And if I can close 5 deals this week, why don't I close 10 deals next week? Who's calling you and asking you if you're making your calls? Who's asking you if you're really going for it? What measure are you, what standard are you measuring against? That's going to tell you if you're really crushing it or not. Thank you for the comments. Yeah, Gary, you too. Set your goals high. Keep grinding. Failure is only a stepping stone to greatness. Hashtag crushing it 100%. That's great, man. I love you guys. It's obvious in the little family that they have big goals. I could tell you some of the things they've accomplished in the last year and it'd blow your socks off. You know why? I like to call Gary Tenacious D. The dude is always doing something. He's always active. He's always moving forward. He's always thinking, always chasing his goals. Their family is on fire, right? Hashtag crushing it. You're crushing it. Well, you know what? The evidence is there. I see Gary's action. So I can tell Gary you're crushing it. But Gary understands Gary needs to raise the bar. And every time you get comfortable doing what you're doing, it's time to raise the bar. It is for me and it is for you. You guys, hey, I appreciate you coming on here each and every week. This is really what I wanted to share with you. It's been on my heart a lot lately. Am I really crushing it? When I'm talking to you, am I really bringing something of value to you? Am I really speaking fire to you? You know what I mean? So it's time for me to raise the bar and be accountable to you, my audience, and to me as well. So that's my question for you today. Are you going to be willing to raise the bar? Are you going for that next level in your life, in your business? I am. I hope you are too. You guys have a wonderful day. It's been great to see you on here today. I'm going to go hop in this line. You can see behind me, this line is, man, I'm like, where's the line? This line goes, it wraps all the way around. These people are all in line for coffee at the Human Bean. I'm going to the walk up on the other side. I'm going to get me a sweet Americano with a candied espresso bean on top. And it's going to be glorious. If you guys need any help in real estate this week, you know you can always reach out to me. My digital business card created by Nick and Mike over at Content Cardz. It's going to be in the comments below this video. If you're watching me on Facebook, it'll be in the comments. If you're watching me on YouTube live as well, be sure and subscribe to my channel. Share it with family and friends. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel up to 10,000. When I have 10,000 followers, there are a lot of things that are opened up to me, and I would sure appreciate your support. Subscribe to my channel, click on the bell, turn on the notifications, and click on the link in the comments below that as well to my digital business card, www.patricklee.work. It's also in the ticker going across the bottom of the screen. If you know anyone interested in buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate, be sure and get a hold of me. Hop into my calendar through my digital business card, set an appointment with me. I'd love to talk to you. There are many, many things that we have to offer you, your family, and your friends, and we'd sure appreciate that. Love the opportunity. We're raising the bar. I hope that you are too. Until I see you next week, you have a wonderful day, guys. It's been a blessing. Thanks for watching Midweek Motivation Live.